Thank you, Priscilla. My name is Randy Barnettson. I'm the pastor of that church right there, Street Church. We call this a hot dog church because we've given out 1 million hot dogs over the last 20 years. I live right there. This is a street where we live. These are my helpers, assistant pastor Christina Dawson and Virgil Dawson. Gela Kesla Namio, Gela Kesla Wila, Ola Gela Nukigati Gyakats. I want to say here today that homelessness is not something that's been around. It's something that's fairly new, that's come with people uncontrolled greed and trying to displace the poor. Years ago, the First Nations people didn't know anything about homelessness. You were welcomed into big homes. Everybody was welcome. This has come about in these last years. A few years ago, when Gregor Robertson was elected, he went on the promise, he gave the promise that he was going to end homelessness. But under his watch, it's doubled and tripled. Homelessness, homelessness. Think about that word for a moment. That means people that don't have a home, don't have a place to belong, place of their own. Last winter here, I live right here. Last winter, there was people all up and down these side streets in every alley. And even though you couldn't see it, I could see it from the roof of our church there, that there's tents on the tops of these flat roof buildings. People that are living there, that's the only place they have. Doorways. And it was so cold last winter. And people, that shouldn't be happening in our city here in Vancouver. Hasn't been that way. That's not First Nations way. That's not our Christian way. There's a God in heaven who cares about people. If Jesus was here today, he wouldn't be up in Shaughnessy and some of these rich places. He'd be right here at Main and Hastings. He cares about you. And as the churches, I want to speak just on behalf of the churches for a moment. There's a dozen churches in this area around here. We get together, the ministers and leaders, and we care about what's going on here. And on their behalf, I want you to know that we're with you. We care about what's going on here, and somehow there's got to come a change. And not just when it gets put on the news and then attention's brought here, but we got to end homelessness altogether in Canada and here in Vancouver. God bless you. I'm going to ask Christina to share a word.
It's great to be here today to join with the people to just encourage everyone to just work together. And it's like what Pastor Randy said, that this has never been the way of the First Nations peoples. There was always a place for people to stay, but now we have seen more First Nations peoples homeless, and it hasn't been our practice in the past. I've never seen First Nations people being homeless. And I tell you the truth, if there's a floor to sleep on in your uncle's house, there was a place to stay. Amen? So let's work together as a community in Vancouver, whether it's down the east side or to the west or to the east or to the north, that you would come together and work together with the people that live in this building and who live on this block, because my husband and I, we've been living on this block for over 2 years, and we see the people every day. We see the people every day, and all we can do is love on them. You know, we can do, yes, addiction is a great big part of it, but that is something that needs to be worked out. And if we all work together on it, it will come to pass. We will end homelessness, amen? But we need to work together.